Okay, in this video we're going to do practice 15A, which is tags and schedules. So we want to first open up the new CAD plan, and then we want to go to the floor plan view, first floor, which we're on, and zoom into the elevators and stairs. Okay, we want to start tagging this stuff up. So go to the Annotate tab, we go to the tag, we tag by category, and the options bar here, we want to tick leader and attach end options. And then when we hover over something, like the wall, a little symbol pops up, which will be a specific tag. And where the question mark is, we've just got to give it a number. So these will become wall type number 1s. When this option comes up, you say, yes, we want to continue using that. And we want to tag another exterior wall. So let's say we tag that one, we tag that one, we tag this one, we can tag that one. Okay, so when we tag these walls that are similar to that, same symbol will pop up with the same number in it. Now we want to select this concrete block wall separating the stairs, and we're going to click on Edit Type, and down here where it says type mark, we're going to put the number 2. This will be in reference to when we do another tagging. Okay, the number 2 should pop up. And likewise, if we select an internal partition, we go Edit Type, and then we type in number 3. 3 should go up. Now, zoom to fit. Now, task number 2, tag all the rest of the walls and modify tag locations. So instead of going around and tagging each wall individually, we can use the tag all function. We want to tag all the walls using the 12mm tag. We want to create a leader, 12.7mm and horizontal, and then we want to then click OK. And all of a sudden there will be heaps of tags. There's a whole heap of them now. Now some of them you want to then maybe drag. As you drag, sometimes they can align with each other. So this one here will align with the one above. Okay, some of them you don't need and you can delete. Okay, now the curtain wall itself, let's make that number 4. Error happens, so yes, we want to proceed with that. And these little window pieces here, we don't want to have those. Curtain wall tags. Okay, so progressing on with this, task number 3, we're going to add some rooms and room tags to our model. So we want to go back to the architecture tab. We will then want to start using these rooms and areas. So we're going to click on the room. And as we click on it, it will define where some rooms are. Now, if you chose a room tag, you can't put a room tag unless there is a room there. Okay, so that's what you've got to do first. So we have to make rooms. Once the room's been made, we can click on it, rename it, and then give it a number as well. Now again, we can start the room. Command. If we have a look at the room itself, so let's say when we now hover over a room, these little cross lines pop up and this little blue void pops up. That is actually the room object, and when we have a look on the properties of it, it's referencing exactly what we've actually entered in here. So if I type in this, tag will then get updated, etc. Okay, so we're going to put another room in here. So I can select this one here. We can call that reception. Okay, and if we want to, we can not place a tag when we do it. So let's say we can click on here, we can then hover over the room. I'm just going to call this office, and then we can then go back later on and add a tag to the room. Now, we've also got a room separator. So at the moment, if we have a look at this lobby, it's quite massive. Let's move this tag over to here, and let's move the center of the room over to this. So we might want to actually make this big space into two. So what we can do is we can use the room separator line, and let's just draw a line going like this. And then if we then tab over the room, that room separator line has actually divided the rooms in two. So when we go to place another one, another room can fill that up. Now that line there we might not want to see, so we can select it, and then we can then hide the category. The rooms still work correctly, and the line is still there. Okay, so we go, yep, I want a room there, etc. Then we put rooms in the stairs. Okay, so task number 4, we're going to fill in some of the schedules. So in the project browser here, you're previously in the first floor plan, so we're going to scroll down until we see our scheduler quantities, and we're going to choose our door schedule. And if we have a look at that, it's got this big long list of all this information. That some of it's filled in and some of it isn't. First thing we'll look at is the very first door here. It's pretty weird it's not listed there. If we want to see any of the elements that we want that aren't listed, we can select one of the cells and we can say we want to highlight this in the model, and Revit will then go and find you a view with which they're actually in. So that's actually the door that we've got there. Now if we want to add some stuff to the schedules, we can do it a couple of ways. We can select the door, the frame type, let's just go type A, frame material, let's just call this timber, and the finish, let's just call this green. And then I'm going to click apply, and then I'm going to then click edit type, and then when I have a look at this, I'm going to change the fire rating parameter to A, and then click OK, and then I'm going to return to the door schedule and see what's happened. So this type here, that door has got a type A frame type timber frame material, and when we come along here, the fire ratings of not just that one door, but that type of door has also been filled in as well. Now once this is in there, you can then use the little drop down list to then change it. And if we come over here, we want to change some of the fire ratings of these other doors. This will then change it for every single one of those doors. Now if you want to add on more and more columns, let's just say we want to add this one here, and this one here. You can adjust them. Now, once we've made the schedule up, you want to add it to a sheet. So we go down to our schedules, and then all that you do is you can drag the schedule from a project browser, and you can then place it on a sheet. Once it's placed on a sheet, you can then, using these little wedge, these little triangle bits, stretch them out if you need to. Now we can either adjust stuff in the schedule view, or if we want to, we can go back to a plan view, and we can then select some of these doors, adjust them, and then we go back to our schedules. Have been updated to match.